To make the impossible more proximate, you have to treat it as if it is at a reaching distance. Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan, our grandparents, Dr. J.G. Shanmuganathan and Mrs. Kanagavalli Shanmuganathan, Dr. Raja Sabhabadi and Dr. Rajshekhar, the directors of Ganga Hospital, have by example helped us to dream, think that no dream is too big, and to work hard to see the dream come true. I request Dr. Raja Sabhabadi to deliver the special address.
Always good to hear you. The dignitaries on the diet and the special invitees, Dr. Mohan Kameshwaran, Subramani Iyer and Dr. Jayakumar, and one of my teachers, Dr. Balakrishnan, our great well-wishers, Mrs. and Mr. Vishwanathan, and all of you have come here, good morning. And it's a very special occasion for the whole of our family. I think I should start off with taking a word from what Vidya told, that every doctor, when he joins a medical college, he wants to have a place where he could deliver good to patients. I think that's the way he started. I think to make that possible, the first requirement is that you need to have good mentors. I think in that some of us are fortunate, and we have been extraordinarily fortunate. And that luck, I think, goes on to the family. I think Vidhu also had a tremendous fortune in having extraordinarily good mentors. I think I would say that's the most important thing that he has got. Because the specialty that he has chosen, the head and neck surgery, is not an easy surgery. Right? I'm sure all of us will agree to that. And if you have to make that happen, that means you need to have consistency. You need to have a consistency of effort. I think you need to continue on, when things look difficult. All that, if only you have seen that happen, if you have seen it day in and day out, then only then, you also feel that it is possible. I think he has been extremely fortunate. And he also said that in the last slide, he put some institutions and said that I would like to do that. And in the journey of a doctor, first what happens, he becomes a very good doctor. Then some of us are fortunate to create institutions. And more fortunate will be to leave behind a legacy by becoming a teaching institution. I think where you leave behind a legacy in the form of your students. And quite a lot of people ask us, how do you make that possible? I said it's extremely simple. And good things are always very simple and straightforward. I just tell them, you just have to be a good doctor. I think you just have to be a good doctor. I think that's one. And then people ask me how to be a good doctor. I just tell them, you should just put the interest of the patient is the only interest to be considered. I think if it's good for the patient, it's good for us. I think if you just have that idea, and you have that idea at all times, good times, bad times, difficult times, at all times, if you just have to think, if the interest of the patient is the only interest to be considered, I think you will always win. I think that's briefing. I think that's what we have tried to inculcate to every one of our trainees, and we also consider Vidhu as part of a trainee in this part of it. I think, and I'm extremely happy that he has had extraordinarily good mentors, and I'm sure with so many of us wishing him. I'm sure with God's grace, we invoke on this day, we invoke God's grace for all the good things to happen. And I'm sure with so many of us wishing you, Vidhu, I'm sure you will succeed. Thank you very much for all of your coming.
Thank you, sir.